Hi guys, good morning, welcome back to Craig's Cabin. Today we're going to be exploring Ponds Wood, so come along with us. Let's jump into the video. So we're actually going into Ponds Wood Nature Reserve. You see all these lovely steps have been put in here. So go down these steps here. There's a lot of road noise up there. Now I've never been to this wood ever, so this is a completely new experience to me being in this wood. So I'm just going to have a look around and see what we can find. This is one of the little woods I found on a Google search. Wow, all the animal holes in uprooted trees. I'm guessing badgers, foxes. I want to be careful not to disturb them too much. It looks like there's a whole set in this hill here. So there's another one there. Another one in there. They're all everywhere. So I'm going to have to be very, very careful where I walk. I don't fall down into one. That I don't wake up anything that's in there that's going to get grumpy that I've accidentally woke it up. As you can see, the sun is shining today. It's very, very mild. Still not had snow, which is both a blessing and a shame. Because over in the UK, 1 inch of snow and everything got startled by a bird then. Here we go. Me being hyper aware about my phobia. There's this little stream down there. I'm going to have to get a drink in a minute. But we're right behind some houses here. I've actually parked on a residential street to come into this bit. So I'm just going to pause you there so I can get myself a drink. And we'll come back. So as you can see from behind me, we are actually really close to a residential housing estate. But if I just be quiet for a minute and turn, you'll hear the birds. And we've got the stream that runs through all this down that way. There's a little bridge that's been put in there, or crossing as it were. Now it wouldn't be a Craig's Cabin video if we didn't do a little bit of foraging or a bit of knowledge. Oh, some wood pigeons there. Wood pigeons are great with red currants, but hey, that's a whole different story. Now here we have some ivy. I've shown you in previous videos, but for those that are new to the channel, Ivy is a great little thing. You can harvest that up. I always used to think it was just for decorations and no other use other than to help with trees, because although it looks like it's strangling the tree, it's actually helping to reinforce it and keep the tree strong and alive. Even the faintest signs of life, it will keep it alive. But ivy can also be used, when cut up and processed properly, as a detergent for linens and wool. Obviously not too dirty stuff, but you can make it into a detergent for like your delicates that don't need a harsh detergent. It will not get stubborn stains off. It is just a light detergent. Now we go through here, then we've got our brambles everywhere, and the brambles are one of the only plants that will have the flowers, the developing fruit and the ripe fruit on the same plant at the same time. And although they're all bare at the moment, the the blackberries and raspberries and everything were in season a bit longer this year. And here we have holly, which you can use for your Christmas decorations or your craft, as the holly branch is quite durable and quite pliable. But also the leaves, if you're not using them for your decorations and stuff, if you put them around your garden, the edge of your garden, it's also deters slugs, because they don't like the prickles, and caterpillars, they don't like the spikes on them, which is something I found out quite recently. And then here we have drooping sedge. Just grab it here. Now, I was first introduced to this while walking in Speckled Wood. You can find the video in my playlists, but yeah, it should be called Come With Us to Speckled Wood. I first introduced to it there, and you can actually grind the leaves and stuff and the seeds and stuff up into a flower substitute. And here is another kind of ivy, much the same. It contains the same chemical as soap, like the horse chestnut, buck's eyes, normal ivy, other ivies. So I'll take you for a walk. And like I said at the beginning of the video, I've never been in this woodland before, so there's a good chance I might get lost. But apparently this wood is not actually that large, so I should be able to find my way out pretty easily. Right, down here on the ground we've got the remains of sweet chestnuts. And sweet chestnuts come in little prickly cases. I'll see if I can get down here, because there's a bigger case I can show you. I'll just pick it up. Right. Oh, now the squirrels are... Oh. Animals have obviously had all the bits out of it. But when they're developing, they're bright green. Right. And they're very, very prickly. Now when the nuts are ready inside them, you can open them up. These are the same chestnuts from that song, chestnuts roasting on an open fire. But there's the case. The animals have obviously had the nuts out of them already. But you can eat them raw, but they are best when they are roasted, because then you can just squeeze the chestnut paste out of the cases, out of the skins. If you eat them raw, you do have to peel them first. Right, now we've got a very old tree that's got another tree growing out of it, which is quite cool. The birds. But that tree's fallen down and it's had new growth, and it's actually grown another tree right out the stump, which is like I said, it's cool to me. Here we've got some bracken or ferns, and these were an attraction for the Victorians. They used to come to places with these prehistoric plants because they liked the gothic feel of ancient woodlands. But you can also use them if you're out in the woods and you're making a shelter. You can use them as camouflage for your shelter. They're quite a good cover once you've built your shelter. So obviously I can't get past that way, so we're going to have to go up this way and see where this takes us. Now, there's been a lot of come with us videos recently because of the housing situation that we're going to be in. So I'm filling the time that I have with little foraging expeditions. Let's take this left. Little foraging expeditions and filming them just so I don't leave you guys with no content. Although there's plenty of lovely other channels out there. The Creekside Maples, Lazy Days Ahead, Hooper's Mayhem, Rambling with the Brums, Rolling with Raquel, Mad Dog Adventures, MT Homestead, there's LG Homestead, Yogi Hollow Farms. There are just so many great channels out there. So if I do take a hiatus, why not check out some of the guys I've mentioned, or go through my promotional shout out videos and see if there's any channels there that you haven't picked up yet, like Outdoors with Big Matt, Go Outdoors, Dave Collier Camping, there's some dogs. But yeah, this so I don't go crazy with everything that's going on. I like just walking through the woods. It relaxes me. I'm also working on some new projects. Well, not so much new, but a new way of dealing with them, which I will discuss when the time is right. See, I still have no clue where I am, even though I'm close to home. Well, from where I started, I was only 5-10 minutes from my house. And I wasn't actually that far away from the nearest supermarket, which is Asda, which I think is owned by Walmart. And I was like 2 minutes walk away from there. So now part of me is thinking that we're a bit close to some housing and I should turn around and take the right instead of the left. But we're going to keep going, plodding on. Oh, cool. Little pine tree. Cool. In fact, I'm just going to pause you there. This might be certain tree that I've been looking for. 1 second. There we go. It is a spruce. It is an Engelmann spruce. And the tree, when it's fully grown, the wood is used for making canoes and pianos and violins. And when the bark is stripped down, it's used for weaving in baskets. So I found a spruce tree. Obviously this one's just a baby, and it's the only one I've seen. So there we go, we've got somebody's house there. So let's head back the way we came. And we'll take the other route. See if I can swing. There we go. And we got our birch trees. There seems to be a lot of birch trees in my area. Which is good, because they're very useful trees as well. You get the bark strips off like papers, good fire starters. They can be tapped for birch sap, which can be used in loads of recipes, or just drinking. Drinking? That's not a word. Can be drunk straight from the tree. It's full of nutrients. There's a hell of a lot of, heck of a lot, don't want to offend anybody, of brambles, where things have been left to overgrow and nature is taking it back. Just wish it wasn't brambles. And the thing I've noticed about doing these walks, there seems to be a lot of transplanted plants, stuff that's not native to this country. People call them garden escapees, and people have dug them out of their garden, just chucked them for the woods to have, and they've taken root, like the eucalyptus tree that we found. The actual one we found was a blue gum tree, and supposedly, from what I found from the apps and Google and my books, the blue gum tree is native to Africa. I think South Africa, not sure. I could be wrong. That's why I always tell anybody that comes on the walks with me to don't just take what I say as fact, and to do your own research. If I'm right, then I'm right, but if I'm wrong, then at least you'll have the knowledge of what is right. I love the bird calls. Now I've just found a tree who's grown along the ground and up at almost a right angle. And I'm going to sit there with the birds for a minute. See? Just check there's nothing undisturbing down the back. No. So we're going to make sure we're not sitting on those brambles. Which ends up sitting on brambles anyway. such a lovely sound. Now I'm definitely going to have to get that bird net app and definitely come back to this spot. It sounds like there's so many different birds all in one space. I'm tripping over all the holly and everything. So see if we can get through this path here. Now there is a path that goes through, but this fallen tree is blocking, so it's going to be a little bit of climbing, I think. Oh, that's cool. I don't know if you can see two different species of bird flying together. Right. There we go. I'm not as old as my body thinks I am. I can still climb. But I will not be running. Now this is horrible. Somebody has seen fit to just dump all of that in the woods. Mainly railings or scaffold pole or something. But here we go, we got some more steps. These ones made out of brick, some of. And this backs up to the industrial estate where the post office is. So there's somebody's garden. So this wood is not actually that big at all. We've been to one edge, which was somebody's garden. We come back this way onto an industrial estate. Now we're going to head back head back to where we started. Now, let's spin you around. Thanks for coming along with me to Pondswood. It's a little tiny woodland in between industrial estate, housing estate, main roads. There's a little sliver of green which this was my first time exploring. Now, don't forget to like this video, leave a comment below, subscribe and share the channel. Help us grow. When we get to 1,000, I'll do a giveaway. Do a live chat giveaway. But the 1,000 subscribers has to stick and be there for at least 7 days before I do the giveaway. Just because of the algorithm. So follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Reddit, TikTok. I now have a Twitch channel that doesn't actually have anything on it. Basically all the social media you could think of, follow us on there. If there's any social media that we haven't tapped into yet that you use regularly, send us a little email, crazecabin87@hotmail.com. But thank you very much for coming along and watching these videos. Hope this little relaxing walk of mine gives you an insight into how smallest little space of green can be so relaxing just to get out into. And help your mental health by getting out of your own head for just half an hour. And don't forget to like, subscribe, comment and share. Hit that notification bell. Stay safe and I'll see you later.